Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Dr. Hank here, and just wanted to make another video. This is my first ever Skarner gameplay. I hope that it won't give me any black screens, but then again, we can't be too sure. I want to also apologize. It's been a while since I uploaded a video, because I had a little bit of a mess within the family, so that took up about a week of my time. I was really depressed. I still am kind of depressed, and without going into too much detail, it's just a not great situation. So I am playing as Skarner. Like I said, this is the first Skarner that I had played a PvP in. And I start off with cloth armor and 5 health pots. I will be moving on to several more items later. I believe Merc Treads, let's see, Merc Treads, Rylai's Crystal Scepter at the very end of the game. I don't think you ever see me use it. Trinity Force, and a few others. I can't exactly remember what they were, but I'll go through as I buy them. I'll go through and I'll explain my my thought process. So I start off this game with my Q set. This ability does damage around you and slows, and then it gives Skarner bonus damage. Let's see, it gives Skarner bonus damage and on all of his basic attacks. So here you see me screw up a little bit, and I had wanted Teemo to take off earlier for fear of him attempting to, you know, steal mini golems, and then I make a bad move here and I go ahead and go for the farther one away that had the most health. So I pick up my W. W's a shield. And it helps out a lot, just because if you build AP, that's what your shield runs off of, and yeah, usually it's a pretty good idea to have that running whenever you dive in against somebody, because it increases your attack speed. You also get cooldown reduction on your moves for every one of your basic attacks that you hit with Skarner, so that's always nice. What else? So to jungle with Skarner, it's really easy. You literally just spam Q and basic attacks until everything goes down. There, I could have actually gone and got red buff, but I wanted to go ahead and get these golems down first, just in case. That and not giving a fuck was a big played a big part in this game. I had literally just bought Skarner earlier in the day, and I wanted to try him out. I literally never played as him before, up until this game. He just seemed fun, so I hopped on Mobifier and I looked up a build guide for him. He's not hard to play. He just, comboing his abilities takes some getting used to. So I believe that's level 3, and I started moving up. We do get this top here. Yorick, actually no, I don't think we do. Yeah, Yorick jukes me out of my jock, and I realized that if I had gone the regular way, I would have just gotten boned. So I did not do that. Our Jax was also incredibly bad through the beginning of the game. Oops, sorry about that little awkward buzzing noise. That's probably my girlfriend. Yeah, somehow she stuck around despite the fact that I'm the way I am. For those of you who have been around for a while, know that my roommate Chris and I had had a big chat about monogamy, things like that, and how generally I was a big fan, but I mean, in most cases, it didn't work for me. Oh, there we go. Wow, there was one blink of black already. So what you're going to see here. Oh, yeah. Back to the topic at hand, though. For those of you who don't know, who are new to this, go back, watch my dual com with my roommate. I believe it's either 2 or 3 part. It's actually quite funny. It was to Black Ops. It was right when I was getting into the commentary scene, so I really didn't have that much experience just talking into a microphone to an unknown audience. I still don't, in all honesty. But yeah, back to the gameplay. Earlier, you might have seen something blue and awesome shoot out of Skarner's tail, and that's his E. It does damage in a line, and I believe it does. I'm not 100%, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe it does same damage regardless of the enemies it passes through. And it does do damage to both, what's it called? It does damage to minions and enemy champions alike. So that's always nice. I'd go back into the jungle here because I'm pretty sure blue should be coming up soon. And actually, no, it shouldn't be coming up soon. I just wanted to get a few more coins. So I poked down here. Wasn't really sure if I wanted to stick around or not, and I ended up going back because, you know, I got a decent chunk of money. And what do I upgrade to here? I got a set of boots. Is that it? Is that all I bought? I hope that's not all I bought. That's really dumb if that is all I bought. But you just saw Jax go down again, and I was flaming him. That's why I was sitting here for so long. I was just kind of flaming him, letting him know that he was a really bad player, and that he's playing against... Oh, I was also waiting on a health crystal. But he was playing against top lane like a Jax would normally play 1v1 when it was 2v1. And their Shaco was he was just trolling him pretty much the entire game, so it wasn't really a great game to jump into, but that's fine. I really don't care. I just wanted to, you know, get a decent gameplay in, give something to you guys that you would actually enjoy, and then you know, go from there. So this actually really was a pretty good game. We started off losing pretty horrendously. It was not a good scene, especially because our Jax was just the worst. He really was. He just consistently fed. And I seriously thought that I was going to have to babysit the whole game, but because of their team composition, they really didn't have a tank, and their Cho'Gath did not build tanky, so we didn't have to worry about that, although he did deal massive damage. And Shaco, the one guy on their team who's the best counter jungler, or one of the better counter junglers in the game because of his stealth and mobility, did not do anything of the sort. He just stayed in their end the entire game. He hung out a lot in their base as well once he knew that the game was over. The Reaper, who just came up on the screen, he's also my cousin. This was one of the first PvP games he's actually ever played. He's not terrible, surprisingly. I don't say surprisingly as in like he's just a bad player. It's that he started not that long ago. So surprisingly enough, after never having played a MOBA before, he's a decent support. He really likes playing as Alistar, which is always it's nice because nobody really enjoys support. He is literally the first person I have ever known to enjoy support. And here, I guess I get a little bit lucky. I almost get wiped the hell out by red buff. So I decide, rather than pushing up and getting, you know, my shit pushed in, I would rather just go back, continue my build, get a GP5 if I could, and then continue telling Jax how bad he is, because he really was just terrible. If it had not been for, you know, some of my goodness last game, he would have cost us the game. So I don't know what that flash was. I apologize, bros and broettes. But I do buy my GP5, so I've got some extra health, and then and the extra gold production, and I picked up a what's it called? I forget what that cloak is called. Either way, I want to get the cloak because Cho'Gath, he likes to spam them APs, so it was not going to be a very fun game should he continue building the way he was and leave me with like little to no what's it called, with no AP resist. So here I just continue to just push around, make sure they don't push up too far on the tower, because our Vigar was also not terribly good. I literally had no idea that Akali was right there. I generally try to stick to that far side though, just in case. And then popping my shield, I guess, did not cross my mind here. Either that or it was on CD. And yeah, unfortunately I did not get the hit on that Varus, so I was unable to get a kill there. But this was my first dumb mistake. I went after Cho'Gath, knowing that Cho'Gath may or may not have his ult up. And here I'm just kind of I remember thinking about this when I was recording, that top tower went down, and I just wanted to show you guys what Jax was doing. Like I said, I chased after Cho'Gath, knowing that he had his ult up. So I just flashed over there to Jax, and Jax just sat there. He wasn't playing the game. Something tells me he was alt-tabbing out, had no idea how to play Jax, and was just looking over a custom build the entire game. So that was kind of gay. But yeah, I came down bot because I figured, why not help out this bot lane, and I don't remember it going very well. I mean, Yorick is just such a strong laning champion. It's really hard to get next to him, and when you do, his minions go ham. So I wanted to push out this bottom, or keep pushing the bottom farther up, because I just remember how bad this Jax was, and I figured the farther away we had them pushed, the better a chance we have at, you know, not losing this game. And I was somewhat right. They were spamming their shit down there, so I figured I wouldn't stick around. I would go back mid, and if I had just undercut the opposite direction, I would have been able to R onto Varus and then pick up a kill, which would have been nice and easy. I do believe I do not end up getting a kill until after I receive my 2 deaths. So yes, I do die twice, but I go 11-2, and then I forget my number of assists. But it was pretty sweet. I do remember it being pretty chill, which I liked. And I think I'm going to bring you guys more Skarner gameplay. He really is a solid champion. He's great at chasing, just because of his, let's see, because of his, I can't think of what it's called, because of his W. His W is his shield, and there I get rescued by Vigar, thank God. Otherwise I was done. But I swing back around, and knowing that they're not going to counter jungle, I go ahead and I pick up blue buff again. It's really not hard to do with Skarner, especially because he's just such a good jungler. He's got the AoE that does damage to everything around him, so the golems are just never going to do any damage to you. Really, well, the mini golems aren't going to. And I do remember I get lucky here. I was going to swing back out and around and head up and try to get back behind our tower, but I decided against it, and I barely get away from Shaco there. I remember playing and thinking that, oh, god damn it. I remember thinking that I had just the slightest of margins that I could have used to have gotten back there. But there's a little bit of a black screen blip there. I'm hoping it doesn't plague the rest of the gameplay, because that would really suck. That's the problem with Sony Vegas. If you're using it to record fraps, it's really just not terribly good. So here, I catch Shaco, and I don't know what he was thinking. He might have just been AFK or really didn't care, because he let me destroy him. So no, I actually start off, I believe it's that 2? I can't even read the screen right at the moment. I wish I could, but I think that's only 1 kill. I believe it's 1 kill, 1 death, 1 assist right at the moment. And I pull back Cho'Gath because Cho'Gath needed to die. So I shut down Cho right there, which huge help to the team. That's something that we definitely needed. And I don't get it. This Jax just kept chasing. Oh wait, what? This is all out of order. Is it? I can't tell. No, it's not. It's not out of order. I thought it was out of order. I forgot that I went back and bought. So here, I start going after Dragon, and those two come and help me, which was nice. I don't think I could have gotten Dragon alone at this point. I might have been able to. I mean, I do have a lot of health, but it would have taken forever, and I didn't want to sit there. So, Teemo gets this Dragon. I believe I get the next Dragon, and I need to tell my cousin to not use his ult on Dragon, because he constantly uses his ult on Dragon, thinking that just because it brings up Alistar's damage a little bit, that it's actually helping. He doesn't play the game enough to realize that it hinders it. It'll actually hinder us later on should we get into a team fight with him, because we need him having that ult so he can escape and continually supply health to people around him. He also doesn't really understand the concept of building bulky and building AP. He gets that he gets the concept of the GP5s. That's all well and good, but he does not understand that you know, buying AP items can only help rather than hinder. Here, I don't know what to do, because I don't want to rush in, knowing that there are a couple of my teammates just hanging out there, but also their teammates. So here, I look out, and he dives under tower, and I can see him. So that was nice. Shaco was, again, really bad, and I thought I had escaped, but she finds me. And here, I don't understand Jax. Like, he was infuriating. He consistently made terrible decisions, and was always at the always a thorn in our backside. So that was really unfortunate. That was a death for Akali that we desperately could have used, because Akali gets really beefy really quickly, and she does massive damage. So I'm back. I have a I believe that's a Negatron cloak, a Sheen, cloth armor, one of the GP5s. I think that's Heart of Gold, Merc Treads. I believe that's everything. And surprisingly enough, nobody came and got this red buff, which I was pleased about because I'm the only one on my team who was doing any damage. And it's extremely unfortunate. This could have been a much faster, shorter game. But look at this discrepancy in the score right now. I mean, they're up 14-6, and at this point, it really looked like there was no coming back from this. We really thought that we were done. So let's see. Jax picks up Cho'Gath right there, and I really thought I was going to have the opportunity to get this Varus, and then I get caught behind their turret, and thank God for my flash. I had honestly thought about burning it over that wall so I could pick up both of those kills, but instead I saved it, and it's a good thing because it probably would have killed me, but I may not have been in that situation had I flashed over the wall and, you know, gotten those 2 kills. So I'm sitting pretty right now. I have plenty of items that do plenty of damage and give me enough survivability to go into a team fight knowing that I can survive for a little while without, and I won't be the first one to die. So their first target has generally been Jax the entire time. Remember that this is coming off of LOL recorder, and that was a kill that I wish I could have gotten. Instead, it was a oh, I wish I could have seen him there, but that kill was not a kill. It was in fact a oh, son of a bee sting. I hope this doesn't last for very long. As much as I would love to restart, I don't know. I just don't think that this that my recording is going to come back. So I'm sorry. Letting it go is the only thing I can really do. Poop. So what you're missing is we go after Cho'Gath, and we go after, who else was it? Shaco. And as you can see, we pick up Shaco, but my cousin who's playing as Alistar goes down as casualty. Do I have my 2 deaths? I have my 2 deaths. I don't think I no longer die from here on out. I made the wise decision of going back when the going back was good. So I can't remember if we pick up Cho'Gath or not. I don't believe... Did we? I don't believe we did. We might have. I think he might have gone down and Shaco stayed. But right now I'm typing to people to please report Jax because he was feeding like a madman. But as you can see, we're still in a really big hole. We are in a we're in a 20-10 hole, and I thought that, you know, Akali was going to escape there, but she did not. So rather than give up, I keep chasing, and you know, I shouldn't have, but I did. So I slink around here knowing that they are going to follow me, and I find Yorick chilling. So I run the opposite direction. I don't want to get caught out without you know, a bulkier teammate with me. So I come back and I pick up a few of these minion kills because I was still, you know, pretty underfed. I had been wandering through the jungle just picking up buff after buff because nobody else wanted it. I offered it to Vygar. Vygar said he didn't need it. which I don't know why, as a Vigar of all champions, you wouldn't want blue buff, because that's OP on Vigar. The cooldown reduction on top of mana regen is just, it's extremely good. So here, I don't know why, but Teemo is the first one to run in. Meanwhile, I'm just the one trying to scare them all off. So I wait till he uses his ghouls, and then I flash out and start sprinting away. I tried to help out Teemo here by cutting them off, but Teemo had no survivability, as Teemos generally don't, and I would have gone down had it not been for Vigar stunning them all. So, at least something about this Vigar was applause-worthy. As far as Vigars go, I would say he was a bit less than mediocre at best, just because Vigar's a really underplayed champ. There's no reason to play as a Vigar when you have the option of playing as somebody like Ahri. I mean, Ahri is, if you can use her well, and if you know that you can manage to hit your charm consistently, there's no reason why you shouldn't dominate as an Ahri. And I mean, an Ahri in a team fight is just devastating, especially if she has her ult up along with her orb. She can kite away from fights, and if people start chasing along with that orb coming with them, I mean, it's just, that's devastating. So rather than go help Jax because I knew he was just going to die, I decide to pick up red buff, and it's not like me saving Jax would have made a difference anyway. So here I find a Kali, and I decide, you know, I want to eat a Kali right at the moment. So she's just chilling here, knowing that we won't be able to really do anything. So I pop my shield, get my speed boost, and then get a little bit of help from Teemo's mushroom, but I had her regardless. You can't get away from Skarner once you got that slow on. And I'm slowly working up towards my Trinity Force. Trinity Force is a great item on Skarner because he gets all the attack speed in the world, and son of a bee sting, there goes the black screen again. I apologize, guys. That's I didn't want to curse again, but this happens. I don't know why. There's something wrong with the compatibility between Fraps and Sony Vegas. You might have seen it in my last game too, but my last game only had one blank space. In this, it's I believe it's a team fight between Yorick, who else? It's a team fight between Yorick, myself, and I believe their Cho'Gath comes down. So we're all just kind of launching moves at one another, and eventually we separate, and that's when I head back to spawn, and I sell off my my cloth armor. I pick up the Trinity Force, and I decide that it's time to get a Negatron cloak, because Negatron cloak is way more useful at this point than any cloth armor would be. So I go clear out bottom's minion wave, because otherwise it's just going to keep piling up, charging through. And I pick up blue buff while I'm right here, because although there is a team fight, nobody's really fighting. It's just casting back and forth. Nobody's hurt, as you can see. Everybody's just watching one another, and it's really annoying when that happens, because everybody's so freaking afraid to just dive in. So here I catch Kali off guard, and I decide that it's high time I just destroyed her. So I wait, and I pop my my Q as soon as I got it, knowing she would hang out in her bubble, and I pick up yet another kill. Now here I make a foolish decision, and I decide that I want to dive in and take my chances against what's left of their team. They half health me really quickly, but that's what's going to happen when you have a Yorick, a Varus, and a Cho'Gath sitting next to you. Runes will help a little bit, so will my Negatron Cloak and my Heart of Gold for the extra health, but really, nothing doing, especially not when it's just a fed Varus. So I back out. Varus was doing way too much. He has a Wit's End, and he's got that last Whisper, so he's got the 40 armor pen, and he's doing consistent magic damage on top of that. So I really didn't want to hang out. I go back, I pick up yet another health crystal, and what do I pick up next? I forget what my next item was. I apologize, folks. I do believe I'm just waiting, just hanging out, trying to get my next item. And now I remember, it's Catalyst the Protector, mana regen, health regen, and upon leveling, you get both much faster than you normally would. So here, Yorick makes the bad decision of running in against a Jax. You might be thinking, well, post-Jax or post-patch Jax is not great, but fact of the matter is he's still a really solid champion. He can still absorb a ton of damage and then absolutely fry you with his ult. So to actually have a Jax that has something built is nice, and it could have been a lot better if he had just, you know, had a if he had just not waited on building big items all at once and instead built small items leading up to it. So here we catch Varus, and he knows he's boned. Nothing doing there. He just he attempts to flash over the wall, but no matter what, I've got that bitch all wrapped up. I didn't have my flash, but what I do have is a particular set of skills I've acquired over several years of training. So taken. Let's see, what was I doing? Yes, I go pick up red buff, and I do believe I go attempt to pull Teemo out of this mess. And I think it works too, because Teemo gets lucky with his mushroom, comes straight towards me, and then both of oh no, he doesn't get taken down. These two try to take me out, and soon realize that there's just no way. Skarner does not go down. They fed me pretty well. Doesn't matter if you got a fed Cho'Gath and a fed Yorick. Skarner is just gonna beat your ass every single time straight into the ground. I don't want to call him OP because he's definitely not. He's beatable if you know exactly how to get away from him. But most champions just decide to run because Skarner is really underplayed. They don't realize that Skarner can just pop his shield and then drag you back out. So again, always nice to play a little-known champion. That and Skarner looks badass. I mean, he is a purple and blue scorpion, but he's also made of crystal. Here I pick up my Banshee's Veil and a is that a spell tome? I think that's a spell tome. Just to be a douche. And then I was you know, having some yucks back and forth with my cousin because I love trolling in this game. It's one of my favorite things to do because it's really, really easy to pick up, and it's pretty easy to get good at too. So playing against complete nutter scrubs is one of my favorite things on earth. So my next item was going to be Rylai. And I imagine you all can figure out in your head how awful that would be with my slow. So every time I pop my Q, anybody caught in that radius would anybody caught in the radius of my slow would instantly be subjected to just that awful, awful, awful slow. And then let's see. So not only would they be subjected to the slow, but I would also be doing more damage because Skarner's Q does an excessive amount of damage because of the AD and AP aspects that go into it, because it scales off of both. It definitely scales off of AD better though. And if you look closely, you can see the beginning of Shaco's trolling. Dude sold all of his items because it's been 22 and a steadily growing number of kills for my team. Well, 22 for them, and then a steadily growing number of kills for my team because of the amount of destruction that I have begun unleashing. At this point, I'm 9-2, and I can't see that other number, but I want to say it's either 2 or a 5. So I'm unleashing hell upon the other team. At this point, they know they can't kill me, that I'm just going to shit on some faces, and that's going to be the end of it. So here, I catch Cho'Gath out of position, and I go ham. Cho'Gath probably felt pretty dumb after that, because let's face it, that's not a situation you want to be in. Just a 1v, is that 3? I think that was a 1v3 that he put himself into. So I'm just consistently chasing off everybody down here, and just waiting, just hoping for a chance to make a run at this tower, because it's really low on health, and I was really hoping that they would chase, because at this point I could have taken probably at least Varus, if not both Varus and Yorick, as long as Alistar had stayed near me and had been consistently healing. So I go back and I get my Giant's Belt. Now that's game. I have an extra 400 health on top of not being hit by the first ability that comes my way every 60 seconds, and then the massive amount of damage I do just from spamming my powers. So here I do a nice little charge straight down center. My shield melts off, and I go running into the bush. I pull some minions with me, but I don't want to reveal that that my teammate's there, so I curl into the bushes and I head top, just to get some more coins. This is where Jax starts helping out again too, but even still, I think he might have gotten back to even, or he may have gone a little bit positive. It doesn't matter. Either way, he was awful, and Shaco didn't help them at all. Now there, you just see me troll Cho'Gath, instill a little bit of fear into his heart, and I chase down Akali, and this is where it really goes wrong for the other team. I let Veigar take some of the heat, and as soon as they get locked, I come in, and unfortunately, my cousin wraps up the stupid move and knocks him up over the wall, but that also leaves them to chase me, and I pick up the triple. Admittedly, that is that's the first ever triple I've scored. So I stick around, I weed through their jungle a little bit just to pick up a few extra coins, and then I tuck into this bush and I head back for some much needed Rylai's Crystal Scepter. I pick it up right here, but I never actually get to use it because as I'm running back, much to my dismay, I see that it gets voted in to end the game from the opposite team. To which I say LOL BG, because I'm 11-2 and I think it's 8. Like, there's no reason why that should have been a close game after the first 5 minutes. Jax had already fed, I think, once or twice to both of the top guys, and there's the end. But yeah, it really shouldn't have been close. Bottom was not good, top was not good, mid was again not good. But you know what? All in all, fun game. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and this is where I cut it. So pleasant evening to you all. I'll have this posted in the morning, possibly in the afternoon. I'll probably start it when I go to work. All right, later, bros.